Like me, he had also recorded the headmaster's voice saying that. My mom immediately realized that we had enough proof to file a lawsuit against the school for negligence and against my teacher for emotional abuse. We went to a lawyer, and the very next day filed a lawsuit seeking $50,000 from them. Looks like the school administration realized we were serious, and the trans teacher was fired before the day was over. However, nothing could stop the lawsuit at this point. The next day, I went to school after filing the lawsuit. I was instantly called to the guidance counselor's office. Ms. Thompson, our guidance counselor, who I'd always liked, looked uncomfortable as she closed her door. "Jordan, I wanted to check in on you. I understand there's been some difficulty with Ms. Wright's class." I nodded, not sure how much I should say. "Several students have come forward with similar concerns," she continued. "I want you to know the administration is taking this very seriously now." What she said next shocked me. Apparently, after our meeting with the principal, 4 other students and their parents had complained about Ms. Wright's behavior. 2 of them had also recorded incidents in her classroom. The school board had gotten involved, and they were conducting a formal investigation. I left her office feeling slightly better, but still worried about the lawsuit. That evening, our doorbell rang. It was Quinn, a senior I knew from math club, along with 3 other students I recognized from Ms. Wright's class. "We heard what happened," Quinn said. "We want to help." They all had stories similar to mine, being called transphobic for asking curriculum questions, getting yelled at for trivial things, and being forced to sit through lectures that had nothing to do with mathematics. 2 of them had recordings on their phones. My parents invited them in, and soon our living room was filled with teenagers sharing their experiences. My mom called Linda, who listened intently, and told us this changed everything. With multiple witnesses and additional evidence, our case was even stronger. By Tuesday, our house had become like lawsuit headquarters. Linda had printed out these forms for everyone to document their experiences with Ms. Wright. Quinn and the others came back with 3 more students who'd been in different class periods. They all had similar stories that made my blood boil. This girl named Melissa said Ms. Wright had made her stand in the corner for an entire period because she asked if they could review for the upcoming test. My friend Riley was basically running PR for our little rebellion. She'd created a group chat for all of us to coordinate our statements and share evidence. We had a total of 7 recordings now from different days, all showing Ms. Wright either going off on tangents about gender theory or yelling at students for asking about actual math. "I can't believe she hit you with a ruler though," Melissa said while filling out her statement. "That's next level crazy." I rubbed my arm where the mark had finally faded. "Yeah, I think she just completely lost it when I questioned her." My parents were being super supportive through all this. Mom was organizing all the statements and evidence, while Dad made sure everyone had snacks. I heard him telling Quinn's mom on the phone that these kids are standing up for themselves in a way that makes me proud. Wednesday morning, I got called to the office during first period. Principal Davidson was sitting there with a woman in a business suit who turned out to be the district's legal counsel. They asked me to go over the events again while she took notes. I could tell they were trying to find holes in my story, so I stuck to exactly what happened and mentioned we had everything on video. The lawyer lady kept interrupting with questions like, "And you're certain you weren't disrupting the class intentionally? And had you made any prior comments about Ms. Wright's gender identity?" It felt like I was the one on trial. I finally got frustrated and said, "Look, I just wanted to learn math in math class. That's it." Principal Davidson cleared his throat uncomfortably when I mentioned our lawsuit, and the meeting ended pretty quickly after that. As I was leaving, I overheard the lawyer say something about negotiating a resolution before